When we think of Canada, we picture snowy landscapes, towering mountains, friendly people, and of course maple syrup. These are iconic images, but they only scratch the surface. Canada is a country of surprises, holding its most profound secrets for those who look closer. I thought I knew Canada: politeness, natural beauty, a gentle echo of its American neighbor. But travel rewrites our expectations. My journey filled the postcard image with vibrant color, unexpected flavors, and the music of countless cultures. Canada is a mosaic, where ancient forests meet modern cities and indigenous traditions blend with those of immigrants from every corner of the globe. This diversity is the soul of the country. A walk through a Canadian city feels like a trip around the world. The food, the conversations, the energy, everything is richer than the stereotypes suggest. I want to take you beyond the clichés, from the Atlantic to the Pacific, to meet the people and taste the foods that tell Canada's real story. My goal isn't just to show you what Canada looks like, but to help you feel what it feels like. It's a feeling of openness, welcome, and endless possibility. This is the Canada I discovered. Let's begin the journey. Before visiting, my mind was filled with clichés. Hiking in Banff, spotting moose and meeting unfailingly polite people. I expected maple syrup, poutine and back bacon, imagining a simple, hearty cuisine. I pictured cities that felt like quieter versions of the US, with familiar architecture and a slower pace. My vision was of a safe, clean, beautiful country, pleasant but predictable. Looking back, I see how limited that view was. I was prepared for the Canada of brochures, not for the scale of its wilderness, the diversity of its cities, or the depth of its history. The real Canada would transform my simple sketch into a masterpiece of unexpected experiences. My journey began in Halifax, Nova Scotia, where the air was crisp and tinged with the Atlantic salt. The first person I met, a customs officer, welcomed me with genuine warmth. My taxi driver, a seventh-generation Nova Scotian, shared stories of Halifax's resilience and the Celtic music that fills its pubs. This was not the reserved Canadian I'd imagined, but someone vibrant and proud of his home. Halifax itself was a revelation: historic stone buildings, a lively waterfront, and a youthful energy from local universities. I heard a dozen languages and found restaurants from Lebanon, Greece, and Vietnam. Halifax was a global village by the sea, honoring its history while embracing the world. That evening, drawn by music, I found myself in a packed pub, clapping along to Celtic tunes. A local struck up a conversation, eager to share hidden coastal gems. He even drew me a map on a napkin. On my first day, Canada showed me it's a country to be shared, not just seen. Every encounter was sincere, every smile an invitation. The stereotypes faded, replaced by real human connection. Canada's warmth was more than politeness. It was genuine hospitality. I realized the real surprises here are in the people, and I was just getting started. Beyond Banff and Niagara Falls, Canada's soul lives in its hidden corners. In Alberta's Drumheller Valley, the Badlands, canyons, and hoodoos felt otherworldly, a land of dinosaurs and ancient time. Far north in Yellowknife, I watched the northern lights dance above a silent lake, a cosmic ballet that left me awestruck. Hidden gems aren't just in the wild. In Winnipeg, the Forks, a meeting place for Indigenous peoples for millennia, is now a vibrant market and home to the Canadian Museum for Human Rights. There I learned that travel is about more than pretty sights. It's about understanding struggles and triumphs. In Quebec's Gaspé Peninsula, I found wild coastlines and tiny fishing villages, with Purse Rock standing as a dramatic sentinel over the sea. These places don't make every postcard, but they reveal Canada's true character. The country's wonders are scattered, waiting for those willing to venture off the beaten path. Each hidden corner told a story of resilience, history, and beauty. The more I explored, the more I realized how much there was to discover. Canada rewards curiosity. Its greatest treasures are often the least expected. The journey is richer when you seek the places few others do. That's where the real magic happens. Canada's greatest landmarks aren't just landscapes, they're its people. The kindness I encountered was deep and genuine, rooted in community and connection. Lost on a Prince Edward Island backroad, a farmer didn't just give directions, he led me to my destination, waving goodbye with a smile. In a Saskatchewan diner, I was welcomed like family. Strangers offered travel tips and shared their pride in their town. In Vancouver, a young woman stopped to help me navigate the transit system, patiently guiding me through the process. These weren't grand gestures but small acts of everyday kindness that revealed the Canadian character. Everywhere I went, people chose to help, to connect, to share. This spirit of community was the true treasure of my journey. It can't be captured in a photo, but it's felt in every interaction. Canada's strength is measured in compassion, not just in its scenery. The warmth of its people left the deepest impression. I realized the heart of Canada beats in its communities. Kindness is the country's most enduring legacy. It's what makes every visitor feel at home, and it's what I'll remember most. Canada is a feast for the senses, offering flavors and sounds as diverse as its people. I found poutine and maple syrup, but also a culinary landscape shaped by geography and multicultural roots. In the Maritimes, I savored fresh lobster and seafood chowder that tasted of the sea and local history. In Montreal, the jazz festival filled the streets with music, uniting people from all walks of life. Calgary's Stampede thundered with cowboy energy, while Toronto's suburbs offered some of the best South Asian food I've ever tasted. In Vancouver's Richmond, I was transported to Hong Kong by authentic dim sum and noodle shops. Canada's menu is a global buffet. Each plate tells a story of migration and community. The sounds from Celtic tunes in Halifax to jazz in Montreal echoed the country's diversity. Every meal and melody was a window into Canada's soul. The country's multicultural identity is celebrated at every table and every festival. Travel here is a delicious, joyful exploration. Canada invites you to taste the world, one bite, one song at a time, and you'll never forget the flavors or the music. My journey shattered every stereotype I held. I arrived expecting politeness and beauty. I left with a sense of Canada's complexity and depth. The country's history is ancient, not young, told in Haida totem poles and the stories of reconciliation with Indigenous peoples. I learned that understanding a place means facing its difficult truths as well as its triumphs. The cities weren't just American lookalikes. Toronto's mosaic of cultures created a resilient, open social fabric. Here, diversity isn't about blending in, it's about celebrating unique identities within a larger whole. The landscapes were more varied than I imagined. Wild Newfoundland coasts, northern tundra, and sun-drenched vineyards in British Columbia. Canada is not one country, but many, each region with its own personality and relationship to the land. The scale and diversity were breathtaking. The real Canada is a living experiment in coexistence and respect. It's a place of challenging conversations and vibrant identity. My simple image was replaced by a complex, beautiful reality, and I was grateful for every lesson. Travel changes us, and Canada changed me profoundly. I left a piece of my heart in its landscapes and among its people, returning home with gratitude and renewed faith in community. Quiet moments, watching Lake Superior's waves, walking among ancient Douglas firs, seeing orcas glide by, reminded me of nature's beauty and fragility. Human connections, from a fisherman's shared lunch to a student's help with my French, were windows into the nation's soul. Kindness is Canada's universal language. The country's strength lies in compassion, not power. I saw a nation grappling with its past, celebrating diversity, and striving for a just future. Canada isn't perfect, but it tries to live up to its ideals. I left inspired and optimistic, grateful for the lessons and beauty I found. My heart is full from the journey. I've shared my stories of a Canada beyond the postcards, of surprising landscapes, diverse cultures, and profound kindness. I hope you feel inspired to see it for yourself. Travel challenges assumptions and connects us to our shared humanity. Canada's classroom is vast and welcoming. Go find your own hidden corners, taste the foods, and have conversations with strangers. Whether you explore a city or cross the continent, Canada will reward your curiosity. My work as a travel writer is a labor of love made possible by readers like you. If my stories moved you, please consider supporting my work. Share this essay, watch my shows, or pick up a guidebook. Thank you for traveling with me through these words, wishing you safe and happy travels, wherever your journey leads.